Welcome back. As the nation seeks avenues towards adjusting to the present economic woes, the World Bank is lending a helping hand. A country director of the World Bank, Mr. Rachid Bimiasud, today announced plans to partner with the Ogun State government to improve the well-being of residents. He made this known when he met with Governor Bikule Amosun in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital.
We have looked at the ways of how we can improve the agricultural sector, addressing the aspect of low productivity, but also the fact that the agricultural sector cannot be developed in its own. You need to bring the private sector. So we discussed ways of improving the business environment for investment in the Ogun states. We also discussed the linkages between agriculture sector and the infrastructure. We know that the agriculture sector cannot develop without adequate infrastructure.
What they've come to do for us is to teach us and let us know the way things should be done. They have a lot of programs that they've designed in all the human endeavor, different sectors, whether it's education, health, agriculture, that will lead us to industrialization, that in turn will lead to massive employment generations, infrastructural developments, our environment, name it, they are World Bank and they know what they're doing.
Sports News is next. Here's Ayotunde Balogun.
Coming after the sports news, the federal government says schools are critical to the development of sports in Nigeria. Executive Secretary of the National Lottery Trust Fund, Mr. Habu Gumel, said this at the distribution of sports equipment to 46 primary schools in Lagos. Mr. Gumel, who is also the president of the Nigeria Olympic Committee, revealed that the country can excel in future international tournaments if the talents are groomed right from the schools. Nigeria's national soccer team coach Gernot Ruhr has released the final squad for next month's 2018 FIFA World Cup qualifying game against Zambia's Chipolopolo in Ndola. The goalkeepers are Carl Ikeme, Emmanuel Daniel and Ikechukwu Ezenwa, while the defenders are Leon Balogun, William Troost Ekong, Kenneth Omero, Jamiu Alimi and Abdullahi Shehu. Others are Musa Mohammed, Elderson Ichejile and Kingsley Madu. Chelsea star John Mikelobi leads a midfield that include Ogenyo Nazi, Wilfred Ndidi, Nusa Igabo and Anderson Esiti. Ahmed Musa, Kelechi Iheanacho, Victor Moses and Alex Iwobi are some of the forwards that will lead the attack for the Super Eagles. The league management company, the LMC, has rescued the Nigeria Women Football League with the sum of 10 million naira to successfully prosecute the second round of the season. This followed the failure of some clubs to honor 3 matches and were subsequently thrown out of the league. However, with the latest lifeline, the Women League will now be able to pay indemnities of match officials, thereby taking the responsibility off the host teams. It's often said that if you can dream it, you can achieve it. And guess what? Africa's richest man, Aliko Dangote, plans to buy English Premier League side Arsenal within 4 years. Mr. Dangote, worth $10.9 billion according to the Bloomberg Billionaires Index, announced his intention to buy the club last year, but says he needs to wait for his business prospects to improve. In an interview with Bloomberg Television in New York on Wednesday, the billionaire hasn't given up on the prospect of buying over the club in 4 years. That's a wrap in sports news. The news at 10 continues shortly.
Hundreds of people are feared to have lost their lives off the coast of Egypt, where their boat capsized on Wednesday. So far, 163 people have been rescued, 43 bodies recovered off the port city of Rosetta. Meanwhile, authorities have arrested 4 men on the boat, suspected to be human traffickers. Witnesses and activists in the Syrian city of Aleppo have reported the heaviest airstrikes in months happened overnight 13 people, including women and children, are said to have died in the attacks. Fighting was also reported in the southern districts where rebels are attempting to break a siege by government forces. Aleppo is home to about 2 million people caught up in a battle for the city and desperate in need for aid. The UN halted distribution of aid after convoys were attacked on Monday. Police in North Carolina, United States, say a video of a fatal officer shooting does not provide definitive evidence Keith Scott was pointing a gun. The 43-year-old was shot dead by a black officer on Tuesday, sparking 2 days of protests that have turned violent, in which police have arrested 44 people and 9 people were injured. One man remains in critical condition after being shot on Wednesday night. Authorities had said Scott was wielding a handgun and was shot after refusing commands to drop it. His family and a witness say he was holding a book, not a firearm. Chief of Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Kerr Putney said the city will release police video of the shooting when there is compelling reason to do so.
The video does not give me absolute, definitive visual evidence that would confirm that a person is pointing a gun. I did not see that in the videos that I've reviewed. So what I can tell you, though, is when taken in the totality of all the other evidence, it supports what we've heard in the version of the truth that we gave about the circumstances that happened.
And the main news again. The President today signed the Paris Agreement on climate change at the UN General Assembly. President Muhammadu Buhari also asked foreign development partners to return Nigeria's looted funds stashed in their countries. Also today, the Senate asked the federal government to re-strategize its anti-graft war, arguing that the way it is being conducted is scaring away investors. And survivors of a capsized migrant boat off the coast of Egypt today said hundreds of people have been drowned following the mishap on the Mediterranean Sea. That's the news at 10 tonight. Thank you for watching. I am Amarachi Ubani. Good night.